Hi and welcome to Play Hooky with me. In today's video I'm going to be sharing how to make this beautiful 3D floral square that I made after I came across the chart over on Pinterest. This was all I had to go by. No color chart, no written pattern or stitch key, just this chart. And I was so excited by the final result that I just had to share it with you guys. The sample that you see here measures 6 by 6 inches, and I used a 3.5mm hook with a weight 1 yarn, a very tiny fine yarn. Even with this very small yarn and hook, this still makes quite a big square. For the tutorial, I worked with a 4.5mm hook with a weight 4 yarn, and the measurement for this square came out to 8 by 8 inches. So you can see quite a big difference. To begin, create a magic ring. If you don't like making magic rings, you can do a chain 4 with a slip stitch and then chain 1. I'm going to count this join here as my first chain 1. Next, we're going to do 8 single crochets into the ring. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Tighten your circle and add a slip stitch into the very first single crochet that you made. To begin round 2, chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is going to serve as your first double crochet and chain 2. Working into the next stitch, do another double crochet. And then a chain 2. We're just going to repeat this all the way around, making a double crochet into the next stitch, followed by a chain 2. So by the end, you should have 8 double crochets with a chain 2 in between. When you come to the end, you should have a chain 2 for your very last stitch. And now we're just going to do a slip stitch into the first chain 3. 1, 2, 3. And that's round 2 completed, and it's time to fasten off. For round 3, we're going to start building our petals, and we're going to start in any chain 2 space. We're going to start with a single crochet into that first space. Scoot it over. Okay, building this up, next we're going to do a half double. Three double crochets, all in the same space. 1, 2, 3. Working our way back down, another half double. And then finally a single crochet. And that's one petal made. And now we're just going to continue this all the way around the same sequence. Single crochet into the next chain 2 space. 1 half double crochet. 3 double crochets. Working our way back down, half double crochet and a single. Continue this all the way around. So let's do a slip stitch into that very first petal just to secure everything together. And then create a chain 1. For round 4, we're going to be creating a space to create our next set of petals. And to do that, we're going to be using back post half double crochets, which means we're going to be working behind these petals. Begin a half double just like you normally would, yarn over. Now we're just going to go behind the post. This is a little bit fiddly. I'm working in front of it. pull the yarn through that post, and then complete your half double crochet. Next, chain 4. One thing I find with the half double crochets is everything gets a little twisted. So when I start my half double crochet, I try to hold on to that stitch just so it won't twist on me. Working behind the post, then going in front of it. Pull the yarn through and complete your half double crochet. We're just going to do this all the way around. Chain 4. Back post, half double crochet into the next post, yarn over. I'm going to hold on to that so it doesn't move, going from behind, in front of the post, pull the yarn through, yarn over, and pull through all 3 loops. And just continue this all the way around, chain 4, back post, half double crochet, all the way around. I've just completed my last chain 4 of the round, and I'm back to that very first half double back post, and I'm going to do a slip stitch into it. Not being too fussy about where exactly, I'm just trying to join this together. And now we're ready for round 5, and we're going to be creating another round of petals. The sequence is slightly different. Instead of doing 3 double crochets, we're moving up to 5. And you're going to be creating your petal into the chain space behind that initial petal. So I'm just moving the petals forward so I can see that chain space. We're going to start with a single crochet. Half double. Five double crochets, half double, and then a single into the same space. And that's your petal completed. And we're just going to do this into every chain space around to create your 8 petals. Let's do that sequence one more time. Single, half double, 5 doubles, half double, and a single. Just complete this all the way around, and I'll see you at the end. And then when you come to the end of the round, you should have something that looks like this. It's really pretty, right? I love it so much. This pattern is so cool. And it's time to get ready to set up for the next round of petals. So we're going to do back posts again. Now before I did a slip stitch into the top of that petal, but this looks like it's really attached nicely, so I'm not going to do that this time. We're doing back post half double crochets again, and the back post is actually back here. So don't work into this little area here that we did our slip stitch. You want to work into the one behind. You'll find a post behind that you want to work into. So yarn over, hold on to that stitch so it doesn't twist on you. Going into the back, go around that post, pull the yarn through, and complete your half double crochet. Instead of doing a chain 4, we're doing a chain 5 this time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now we're just going to repeat this all the way around. Here you can see your back post. Yarn over, pull through, and complete your half double crochet. We're just going to do this all the way around. Chain 5. And a back post, half double crochet. Okay, I've completed my last chain 5. I'm back to that very first back post, and I'm just going to do a slip stitch into it to complete that round. So now we're ready for our final round of petals, and this time we're going to have some trebles in there as we're building the size of the petal. So in the back, look for your chain space. Here's the sequence for our petal. Single crochet, half double, two double crochets, and two. Scoot things over a little bit to make some room. Now we're going to do 3 treble crochets. So that's 2 yarn overs, 1, 2, going in, pull the yarn through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. That's a treble. We need to do 2 more. One more. And now we're working our way back down. So that's 2 double crochets. Half double. And a single. So we're just going to repeat this sequence all the way around. I'll do it one more time. Single, half double, 2 double crochets, three trebles, two doubles, half double, and finally a single. Repeat this all the way around in each chain space, and I'll see you at the end. Okay, and when you reach the end, it is time to fasten off, so do a slip stitch into the first single crochet of that first petal, and then fasten off. Now it's time to create our leaves and start forming our square. So grab a nice color of green. I've added a slip knot to my hook. And now we're just going to create a single crochet to fasten on into the middle of a petal, any petal will do, or into the 6th stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's our center. And create a single crochet. Chain 5. And now we're going to work into the next petal, into the center of it again, and we're going to be creating our first corner, and that's the 3 leaves that we see. And we're going to be creating 3 leaves to form that first corner, and we're going to be working all of them into that center stitch, or the 6th stitch. To create our leaves, we're going to be working with treble crochets, and we're going to do 3 treble crochets together. So yarn over twice, 1, 2, working into the center of the petal, go through, pull your yarn through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, And instead of completing it, we're going to move on to the second treble. Yarn over twice, just starting over, just like you normally would. Go back in, pull your yarn through, pull through 2, pull through 2. You'll see 3 loops on your hook. Now begin another treble, just like you normally would. 2 yarn overs, working into the same stitch, go in, pull that yarn through, pull through 2, pull through 2. You have 4 loops on your hook, and now it's time to complete that treble together. Yarn over and pull through all 4 loops. And that is 3 treble crochets together. Do a chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and working another 3 trebles together into the same space. Yarn over twice, going into the same stitch, pull the yarn through, pull through 2, pull through 2, stop there, yarn over twice, go in, pull through 2, pull through 2, yarn over twice, going in, pull the yarn through, pull through 2, pull through 2, 4 loops on the hook. It's time to join them together. Yarn over, pull through all 4 loops, and that's another leaf completed. Chain 4. I'm doing it one more time. Yarn over twice, going into the stitch, pull your yarn through, pull through 2, pull through 2, yarn over twice, going in, pull your yarn through, pull through 2, pull through 2, one more time, pull through 2, pull through 2, yarn over and pull through all 4 loops. And that is your first corner completed. Next, chain 5. We're trying to get our way back over to the next petal. And this is an easy one. We're just adding a single crochet into the top of that petal. I just look for those 3 trebles and then do the center one. It's easier for me than trying to count for that 6th stitch. Chain 5. And you're just going to repeat this all the way around. Now we're going to do another corner, and that's the 3 leaves in the corner. I'm probably going to speed this up just so you can see me do it one more time, but if you really need help being walked through it, I would recommend just rewinding to where I just did it quite slowly for you guys. Chain 5, and just continue this all the way around. Next is another single crochet to form your side. Chain 5, leaves for the corner, chain 5, leaves for the corner, chain 5. Just completed my last chain 5. It's time to do a slip stitch to complete the round. Do a slip stitch into that very first single crochet. And fasten off. This is where you can have fun and play with color for these final few rounds, or you can just go with a solid color. It doesn't really matter. There wasn't any indication on the chart of what to do. I just like the look of using different colors for the rounds, so that's totally a personal preference. This is a pretty easy round. We need one after that, I think, don't we? So we're just going to fasten on into the chain space over on the left side of that single crochet. And we're going to create 6 single crochets into this chain 5 space. So I'm fastening on with a single crochet and then creating 5 more. So 6 single crochets in total. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And you can separate this or straighten these out as you're working. In the chain 4 space, we're going to do 5 single crochets. We're just skipping over that leaf. In that next chain space, 5 single crochets. Now this is pretty easy. We're just going to repeat this all the way around. In the chain 5 spaces, we're going to do 6 single crochets, and in the corners in those chain 4 spaces, we're going to do 5 single crochets. So 6 singles, 5 single crochets, 5, and then just continue this all the way around. When you reach the end, add a slip stitch into the top of that very first single crochet that you made, and you can either continue on with the same color or fasten off and start with a new color. I'm going to start the next round with a neutral color, a white or a cream. And for that round, we are going to be working with double crochets. If you decide to stay on and not switch colors, do a chain 3. That's going to serve as your first double crochet. Because I am changing colors, I'm adding a slip knot to my hook, and I'm starting in the same place to the left of that center single crochet right here. You can either fasten on with a chain 3, or you can do a standing double crochet. I'll show you how that looks. Yarn over the hook, going from back to front, going into the stitch, pull the yarn through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and that is a standing double crochet. Now we're just going to do double crochets all the way around. So that means you'll have 6 double crochets on these side spaces and 5 double crochets on these corners. So let's go ahead and start that. Just working our doubles all the way around. And when you've completed that last double for that first side of your corner, you want to create a chain 3. This is going to form a space for your corner. And then resume with the other side of your corner with your double crochets. So that's 5 doubles in that corner. We're just going to continue this all the way around. We're doing double crochets into the top of every stitch, and then when we reach the corner, after you completed those first 5 double crochets in that corner, do a chain 3, and then continue on with the other side. When you reach the end, you can either stick with the same color or change to a new color. I am going to change to a different color, but either way, add a slip stitch into that very first stitch. And let's get ready for the next round. Again, we've got a really simple round. For this round, we're just going to be doing single crochets into the top of every double crochet around, and we're doing 3 single crochets into the corner spaces. You can either work around the chain or into the chain. I'm going to work around the chains, but either way, it's 3 single crochets. Fastening on with a single crochet, and then work them all the way around. At the corner, 3 singles. And then continue on with single crochets all the way around. When you reach the end of the round, add a slip stitch into that very first single crochet. And you can either stay for the final round with the same color or fasten off. I'm going to go ahead and fasten off and put the petal color as my final round. And again, a very simple round, just single crochets all the way around with 1 increase into the corner. So when you reach the corner in those 3 single crochets in that middle one, just do an increase. So that's 2 single crochets into that corner space there, or that corner stitch there. Slip stitch into the top of that very first single crochet, and you are all finished. This was a really fun challenge, and if you enjoyed the video and you'd like to see more, please let me know, because I found a couple of other charts that I'd like to give a try and see what it turns into. But yeah, otherwise I would recommend that you give this a try also. It's really like trying to solve a puzzle and you really don't know what you're going to get. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.